curb out. Some of that curb does not drain water the best, especially in front of the tea house. But I think doing repairs year by year, this was just for like last year, we figured it out, compared to a complete replacement, it's a $60 a square yard savings by doing it all at once. So I'm just telling you, it's gonna be 20, 25 years, it's gonna be a long time doing repairs down the road.
And by then your first is breaking up, so yeah.
Yeah, but you're gonna have more money in the long run stuck into it than to get it done now.
Is there utilities or anything like that that need to be addressed in this?
There would be sanitary sewer, maybe that runs, unless that runs east and west, but I know we got those manholes in there, but storm sewer we'd have to look at.
Mid-America's got a bunch of stuff on the east side, don't they? Buried?
They got gas on the west, or, yeah, west side. We were just fixing some yesterday across from American Bank. I'm not
west side.
sure if that runs east.
It's
or
west side?
or
I
north.
think that was a service line over
Was that just
there. I think
service?
it was, but.
Okay, but anyway.
I don't know where the mains
Always
at.
utilities to deal with, so.
Well, I just didn't know if there's any that need to be replaced while we're doing this.
Like sewer or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So back to the item on the agenda today, what are we looking at from an cost to do this engineering study? Just ballpark, any idea? I mean, if
Well,
we,
this would be, well,
Authorizing the staff to engage
just, yeah,
and have that
yeah,
conversation.
so I'm gonna call engineers and get a proposal to do design of this. So what
Okay.
would it cost you to design,
okay.
complete removal and replacement?
So there's no,
That
right,
agreement will come back.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
You guys would have to approve any kind of.
Then I would move to make the motion to authorize staff to engage an engineer to begin the design for Business Highway 75 reconstruction. Second.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Moving on to airport hangar lease, D7.
One last comment on that then. I encourage you and Scott, whoever else you want to incorporate, into figuring out your start point, because I do believe you're right. I don't know that we have to go clear to 18th. Somewhere out there in front of Four Brothers, or am I wrong?
It's cracking, there's cracks. You can't see it driving, but there's cracks, and we replace them out there.
Okay.
I just think if you're gonna do it all the way up to the fold down.
All right, okay,
That's my opinion.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I asked for. So,
Yeah,
okay.
there is cracks that you cannot see as you're driving, you gotta walk it.
Okay, good enough.
All right, item D7, airport hangar lease. C&D Aviation LLC wishes to build a new hangar this summer along the new taxiway that is currently being constructed. The private hangar will sit on city-owned property and therefore requires a lease agreement to be executed. Attached is a 20-year lease agreement for approval. Administration recommends council proceed to a public hearing to approve a 20-year lease.
This is typical for the hangars out there, and it's for the land that the hangar sits on. This is Chris DeRocher, so everybody has seen the taxiway that Vanderpool is just wrapping up. And this would be a new hangar that Chris would build this year yet, I believe, is his intent, along that new taxiway. So it'd be to the Business Highway 75 side of the city's building that we have up there. So, Chris last built a hangar, was it 6, 7 years ago? He built a new hangar out there.
Is he gonna vacate that hangar or keep that lease to?
Keep that.
Okay.
Motion to establish May 20, 2025 at 12 o'clock p.m. as a public hearing regarding a 20-year airport hangar lease with C&D Aviation LLC.
Second. A motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item D8, annexation. Attached are documents for voluntary annexation of land west of the current city limits. The land contains 35 acres recently purchased by the Lamar's Business Initiative Corporation. A consultation meeting is scheduled for May 14, 2025 with the Plymouth County Supervisors, and hearing notices must be sent to 1, each affected utility, 2, Plymouth County Supervisors, 3, Plymouth County Attorney, 4, each adjoining property owner. Recommendation is that the administration recommends council approve or proceed to a public hearing.
All right, I've already sent the consultation meeting notices to the supervisors and to the Plymouth County Attorney. So that, like it says here, is scheduled for May 14th. Once you guys set this hearing, then I will send notices to everybody I've listed there.
They discussed it this morning. I went down to the supervisor meeting. I think Mike Benotto is going to come to that meeting. He said he had to be here the 15th as well, and he wanted to make sure he can come 2 days in a row, and I gave him permission. But yeah. And they also said if he don't come, you know, nothing happens, and that's how it happens usually, but yeah.
Then I'd make a motion to establish June 17th, 2025 at 12 p.m. as the date and time for public hearing on voluntary annexation of certain land west of the current city limits.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item D9, airport state funding application. Attached is an airport state funding application as prepared by Bolton and Mink. The application is for connector taxiway construction and apron reconstruction in fiscal year 2026. Administration and the Airport Advisory Committee recommend submittal of the application.
All right, so this is the next projects on the docket. We do this every year. Update it, send it in, hope we get some money. This is for some apron repair, as it's shown on this color-coded aerial. And it's also to relocate the connection between the apron and the runway. So,
I'd make a motion to adopt resolution number 2519 to approve submittal of the airport state funding application.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Pick,
Yes.
Bruns,
Yes.
Goodchild,
Yep.
Sturgeon,
Yes.
Wick,
Yes.
Motion carried. Moving on to discussion items. Jason,
a couple quick things to just remember that on Wednesday, so tomorrow, our traffic signal bids are due. So we'll do that opening, so we'll bring those back to council the second meeting this month. And then we do have a rail extension pre-construction meeting this Thursday with the contractors, so I would assume that project would start shortly after that. That was it.
have anything else for Jason? All right, Joe?
Nothing more to add.
All right. Mark?
2 things. The Plymouth County Cyclists, Bike Central, and the YMCA are putting on a bike safety fair. It used to be called a rodeo, confused people. Bike safety fair next Thursday, the 15th, at the YMCA from 4:30 to 6:30. All are welcome. We sent the flyers out to the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th graders, but all are welcome, including parents. We give them hot dogs and chips and tune up their bikes. And we got a bunch of free helmets to give away, so bring your bikes, bring your kids. Second thing is there were some loose dogs on the rec trail around the ball diamonds and the disc golf area. The cyclists are not complaining, they just don't want to run one of them over, they're little dogs. So they're kind of concerned, and they said maybe just mention people should make sure that when there's high traffic during those times, keep your dogs on a leash or keep them close. That's all.
Okay.
Were they with people or were they?
They were clearly with somebody, they just weren't on a leash with them. They weren't just running around.
Gotcha. Steve?
I'm good.
Just want to remind people of the spring cleanup, May 10th and May 12th through the 16th. That's where you get 1,000 pounds free of charge to dump at the landfill. Does not include appliances or electronic devices. Mark?
I would like to revisit the tree ordinance. I think we need to tweak that ordinance, I guess, just in brief. When there is clearly a dangerous limb hanging over the street, anywhere in the parkway, over the sidewalk next to it, we need to take it down. And it would be our responsibility. But this is one of those precedent things that I think I'd leave it up to Luke, Public Safety, Scott Knipe, or Jason on a case-by-case basis. Not dead, I mean, not necessarily diseased. Everybody's got a dead branch in their tree, that's not the issue. Everybody's got some dead areas, so that's not the, it's dangerous. And we had a situation, it got taken care of, and I appreciate that, but clearly a situation where it needed to be taken care of because of school kids. And we got it taken care of, but I think there needs to be some tweaking on that, where it's determined by one of those officials that we need to take it down. So not just because you're sick of raking the leaves or you got a couple dead branches way up top or whatever. So I would like to visit that issue. That's all I got.
Have a meeting on it.
What's that?
I'd like to have a meeting on it and talk about it.
Absolutely.
Because I think, yeah.
Excellent,
Yep.
excellent. That's all I got.
Ryan?
Nothing.
Brad?
Nothing from me.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Hold on, Mayor, we mentioned the town hall and our EMS
Yeah,
copy, please.
yeah, I should mention this.
You almost made your tea time.
Sorry.
Sorry, Steve.
May 19th, 5:30 PM is the next scheduled town hall meeting. It's a Monday night, and it's going to be held at the fire station number 1. And you're going to have some refreshments there, or no?
We had our chamber coffee that morning. for you
That
this
morning.
week. If
Okay.
anything's left, you bet.
That's what, 6:30?
Got some
The fire
cold coffee.
station by Ace Hardware.
Yeah, 5:30,
5:30?
Fire station by the library.
Monday, May 19th. We have a council meeting on the 20th. So we'll have a town hall meeting and would like to hopefully get the same
Yeah.
attendance, if not better, next time.
That'd be
They'll
great.
have a chance to see the fire station because we're proposing, building a new one, and so we'll show off the reason for that. So anyhow.
Now there's a motion.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Good.